We are with Marion Blakey. Just introduce yourself. Who are you and what do you do?
I'm Marion Blakey. I am a veteran of aviation, I think is the way to put it. Because many years ago, I headed up the FAA, the NTSB, Rolls-Royce North America. So now I'm serving on some interesting aviation boards.
If you could summarize everything you've learned about the industry, what would that sentence be?
Well, I think it's an exciting industry. It's not for the faint of heart, meaning that you do find that it has a lot of literally ups and downs. When my financial advisor asks me, don't you want to dump some of your aviation stock? I say no, because I'm an inveterate optimist. But as I say, it's a tough industry in many ways.
What advice would you give to someone, just graduating from college or in college or even in high school about how to have a career of impact in the aerospace industry?
Well, obviously it depends on the skill set that someone has and what they're interested in. I think it's exciting right now and especially when you're young, you can take some risks, to look at things like advanced air mobility, the electric vertical takeoff and landing space, where there are about 6 companies right now that are involved in that. Soon, we'll be able to go from downtown Washington out to Dulles Airport in the blink of an eye, because there'll be a landing pad right here on top of the Reagan building.
So what's the future of the aerospace industry? Is this vertical landing, sort of taxis, or what do you think is actual, besides that, in 50, 100 years, what do you think is the future of how we move across space and time?
Well, I think there'll be more and more use of various forms of aviation as time goes on, because the congestion on the ground is just too great. And when you're thinking about, how do you alleviate that, I think the best way to address that is in the air. There's a lot of space up there.
So planes, actually, if you look at planes in the 1960s and compared to today, they actually go slower than in the 1960s. Why? Economic and, so many different things. So it seems like it has the rate of progress from, let's say, 1903 with the Wright Flyer to, let's say, 1969 with the, NASA and going to the moon. The rate of progress is just a different level. Compare that to 60s to now, it seems like it has slowed down. What is the one thing that you wish more people could do, or what would you recommend sort of to accelerate the rate of progress in the aerospace world as a whole?
Well, I think, part of it is looking at technologies that are going to allow us to go further, faster. Supersonic, for example, is very interesting, and I think we're going to see more and more people who actually will fly supersonic.
What is the thing that you believe but you have no way to prove it?
Well, I guess it's, I believe that there's going to be a big market for, if you're electric takeoff the landing, I think there's going to be a big market for supersonic.
At one point in your life when you were, back in your 20s or even, when you were a teenager, was there a moment that you sort of feel like this is exactly what you want to do with your life? Or what was that moment or series of experiences that led you to do what you're doing now?
I have been lucky enough to live life serendipities, opportunities come up, take a risk, walk through the door when, don't be shy about trying something different. And that's how I got into aviation. It was not something that I had planned.
Thank you so much.
I'm so glad you wanted to.